Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Express Lane, the show that brings you speedruns in 60 minutes or less. And this time my headset almost fell out. It really wanted to go fast. If you are curious on what's coming up on Hotfix or you're interested in running on GDQ itself, you could go and check out this week's schedule, submit your runs, and do all those other fun things at gq.gg/hotfix after the show. You stay here because... my favorite color is blue, and there is an awesome character that goes super fast. That is Sonic and Friends. And we have 3 absolutely amazing runs coming for you tonight. Looking at our schedule, we are ending with some Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis Edition. Then we also have Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, and we are actually starting off with a race with the wonderful Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 edition of Silver Story No Credits Warp, a race between Focus Sight and Labrys. So hello, friends, how are you?
Hi there. Hello. My name is Focus Sight, and I'll give Labrys a moment to introduce himself.
I'm Labrys.
I'm so glad we have a released on November 14th, 2006 sandwich right here, because both Sonic Genesis and this game released the same day. Because obviously Sega had the best things in mind for them in the 15th anniversary. Yeah. This game is now almost 20 years old, so that's fun. Lab and I know, yeah, it hurts me too. It hurts me a little bit, just a little. Yeah, my little Wasp Spelf and the Lab here will be racing Silver Story No Credits Warp, so instead of the blue character, we get the silver one. But we will see the blue one very briefly in the run, I'm realizing. Commentating for us will be the lovely Zanz. Introduce yourself, Zanz.
Hi, that's me. I love Silver Story. I don't do a bunch of the other Hedgehogs in this game, but I love Silver. So I'm here to just speak about that.
Yeah, Zanz will be a wonderful commentator for you all. It's great to be back, and I'm really happy that Oscar invited us for this. So, Lab, why don't we give them a show?
Yeah, why not? I'm happy to be here as well.
Awesome.
Do you want to give us a countdown just to get started? Because we have a lot to talk about, and Zanz is going to be the one talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. I will say, I do like.
We need the load screens. We need the load screens for commentary, people. I'm not joking.
I do like how you two are kind of color coordinated right now. It's fantastic vibes.
It's a little bit like Silver's colors, to be fair. This is my Sona. I didn't choose those colors. I chose them because of the OBS volume meters.
There you go.
I have a red form and a yellow form as well, so. But, we are a little bit color-coded. I'm the glowy part. He's the base part of Silver. We'll see which part wins.
Love it. All right. Well, let's get a 5 count, and then you two are free to go. So, I should say, is everybody ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Perfect. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And good luck.
They are off. So, immediately loading in, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in Crisis City S1. The first thing we're going to see is Silver. Obviously, we know him as the telekinetic hedgehog. He's going to be hovering at the beginning of this and doing a levitation extension. What that is a frame-perfect extension of his hover. It will refill your gauge and everything, but immediately after that, we have a telethrow. You can see it right now. They are just flying across the stage on this rock. And the way that works is normally Silver will get pushed off when he throws an object he's on, but if the angle is steep enough, he will actually stick to it, allowing you to go incredibly fast. It's the main tech now used in Silver Story. It was discovered in 2020 by Focus here, and it's just going to change the game from what it was a ton. So again here, we're seeing levitation extensions performed to get around the Blaze trigger. Normally you have to play Blaze right there. Blaze is fast, but she's slower than Silver on a rock. So again, you're going to figure out very quickly the main focus of this run is to find something you can telethrow off of and abuse it.
I didn't realize that Sonic 06 was actually like a Legend of Zelda clone. The rock throwing. Or is it the other way around?
I mean, Legend of Zelda was first, I'm sure.
Yeah.
2006 is I mean, it depends on which Zelda, of course, but
Yeah.
in S3, there's not too much difference. We do hold X in the previous section to immediately perform a Fire Claw's Blaze, which lets you become silver a bit quicker. And of course, right here, we have a rock. So, enough said. Stage is over.
I need to pull it together.
And then, since we switched to silver without hitting a checkpoint, we're going to have a results breakout, which allows you to play during the results screen. And anything you do during this actually matters. You can get the 1-up. It'll give you a 1-up for the rest of the story, which might be useful. We're hoping it isn't. And you can actually collect silver medals too, which is really cool for AGM. There's one specific silver medal you get. AGM being all gold medals, which we're seeing right now. Each one about 5.5 seconds. I bring that up so that I can explain it later because we're going to be skipping one of them. Actually, 2, maybe, hopefully.
Totally.
Next up, we have the first boss of the run, Iblis. Not a very fun boss. Pretty simple, all things considered. You just pick up these rocks around the arena and you throw them at him. But this is actually like one of the hardest bosses to learn if you're just getting into the game, because how you pick up the rocks matters a lot, and you have to stagger them just enough so that Iblis doesn't like just eat one of the explosions and doesn't get hit. Because if you miss one, like Focus just missed one, so sorry, but perfect example. He's going to not be able to hit his head because of the attack. So it's going to become a really rough fight. But we can see Lab getting a trick called Bonus Cycle. You can throw in the middle of one of his attacks. Actually, I don't think he got Bonus Cycle, but I'm going to explain it anyways. If you throw in the middle of his attack, you can make him go into his next phase just a bit quicker. Normally, he shoots a lot of projectiles during that attack, so it's really difficult to hit his head. But it can save like 4 seconds if you get it. It's a lot of time for something really simple.
Perfect.
But yeah, I mean, it's the first boss. I will say that most of the bosses in Silver Stories are not fun, so
Are they like just
get used to it.
Just the overall like the hardest bosses, or are they just
No,
not
they're
fun
not
to fight?
particularly difficult. They're just really annoying.
Gotcha.
Especially at the end of the run, we'll see. There's very RNG dependent boss that you can save like 20 seconds on if you're lucky. Even more if you're super lucky, but like only one person's ever gotten that in a run.
Oh wow. I could just picture people in chat that hear end of run and RNG and just like cringe.
It is one of the
First, I need to
the worst
gather
parts of the
information.
Solar Story, admittedly. It has become more consistent, at least I found recently. But here we're in the forest, Soliana Forest, and we're trying to get to the next stage, Tropical Jungle. And you'll see Lab is already doing a telethrow, but you know, these rocks may not seem steep enough, but we can make almost anything work in the story. And we're just going to speed across the forest. Before telethrow, you just had to walk, and you would actually bounce on the water using the stun slap. Because when you hold X, you just bounce and you won't sink for whatever reason.
Oh, weird.
Based on how long I charge my
But
psychokinesis.
now we're seeing Tropical Jungle on Lab's screen. We are going to be, again, using this box. For some reason, there's enough collision to tilt it very slightly when you hold just exactly up. And it gives us the perfect telethrow angle, luckily. Focus is going to be not killing the robot. This is a bit faster, and it also gets rid of a bit of lag,
I'm on a roll.
which I should talk about that too. There's a lot of lag in this game because, you know, they gotta do a lot of stuff in this game to make it even work. Which, I mean, it barely does. But during that telethrow, they try to pan their camera up so that they're not looking at the stage, which will reduce a bit of the lag. And we'll see that also a bit in Castletown. At least, maybe. Normally it's done during any percent because there's a lot more walking, but...
The Iblis tree.
And I just noticed a comment in chat from earlier when you mentioned just Silver's bosses being, there's only one of them is quote unquote okay, and the rest all have something not fun about them. Wait for Radical Train, y'all.
I think I would agree with that exactly. Now in Wave Ocean, Lab's already done it. We're doing a loop launch off this loop. Sonic and Blaze perform very similarly with their homing attacks. If there's a loop, there's splines on it that your homing attack will home in on. And using this little ridge on the loop, you can actually displace yourself so that you go infinitely until you hit a wall. So we saw Focus do that, and Focus is actually doing something a bit different from Lab. He's going to be going for a frame perfect trick called AFC or ASC. It's kind of a misnomer, but it looks like he got it.
Oh, wow.
So this frame perfect trick allows you to stay afloat on the water with the spinning claw. Ooh. Oh, no. Yeah, so it's very tight at the end. You have to get up that ledge by using the speed to just like glide up it. And if your bounce cycle is even a bit off, because as Focus was going back in bounds, he was holding a stick direction. So you actually want a neutral stick through the invisible wall that you're going through. So you just keep going forward. But he accidentally was holding stick direction, so he went the wrong way. And that messed up the whole cycle for getting up on that ledge, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
It was very cool to see him get the frame perfect second try. It's very difficult. We may be seeing another variation of that trick later in White Acropolis. But for now, we have Labrys trying to get to Dusty Desert. Normally, you have to go and do this mission for Lord Regis. It's a really cool mission, admittedly, but we don't want to do that. So we're going to take these boxes, we're going to position them right in front of this building. And whenever you have a box that you can lift and have a ceiling that's like really flat, you just lift and you go right through it.
Oh, well
We call that a lift exploit. So then it allows you to skip the mission, no load screens either, so faster RTA, obviously. And heading into Dusty Desert. And Dusty Desert is a really cool stage. I believe this had one of the first uses of telethrow found, because normally in this stage, everyone hates it casually. You have to do a whole ball puzzle like twice, and it's just really slow to get through the whole stage. And we have this pot, and just before this, we learned about a lift exploit. Let's do it again. So using this pot, we're gonna get out of bounds. And this is the only instance of using the stage like physics to push an item out of bounds. So now this pot is out of bounds with Labrys. And we are going to, again, once we have an object, telethrow off of it, and we're going straight to the goal ring. Now there are kill planes, there's a kill ceiling, and there's kill planes around out here. So you have to be high enough to get over the walls, but low enough to not die. And Lab did it perfectly. 42 is a very solid time. Focus,
Yeah, I saw it, I think.
about to get to the
Focus's
lift
box.
exploit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
his box
broke.
imploded somehow. The physics in this game are really weird because if a box just drops like flat, which, you know, you would just expect it to bounce maybe a bit, but sometimes it will just fly like super far.
Like that box is.
The physics engine in this game is just a mystery, and it's lovely.
Are you implying Sonic 06 is not a finely crafted video game?
I would never do that. This game is one of the finest crafts ever made.
It's definitely a craft ever made.
A relic beyond its era, obviously. But now, on Labrys' side, we're going to be seeing the Blue Blur himself, person that we're here for. You know, this is Sonic Express Lane, and we're just pummeling him with furniture. That's the goal.
I appreciate him just kind of like lying there.
Yeah, you
like,
can
okay.
do this mission really fast. You can do it in about 6 seconds, but
I'm on a roll.
it's really hard to get a time that fast, as well as if you do it below, or I should rather say above 13 seconds, you'll actually get an A rank. And that's really important because an S rank will give you a gold medal. And as we said earlier, no. Folks, this pot broke. It's fine, you can just go back and get another one. But an S rank will lose you 5.5 seconds from the gold medal. So a 13 in Sonic will actually be roughly a, 7.5 second time. So it's way easier to just go for 13 seconds rather than risk it all and get a really fast time. So that's one of the S rank avoidances that we'll see. There's another one later in the run that, if you're fast enough, you can maybe get it. But usually we'll see an A rank. Either way. So your focus is hopefully getting into the room with his health. Throw was really low. Just made it.
Ooh.
Whew, thankfully.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to like adjust it to be a certain angle before he went for the telethrow.
Yeah, his pot, so another thing with telethrow is the facing angle of the object in regards to steepness is how high it will go when you throw off of it. So his pot was angled really weird to get height. So he was trying to just make it work any way he could. Anyways, on Labrys' side, we see him messing with the sign. You can think, well, what is he doing? He should, he should be buying the shock bracelet so that he can get rid of this laser gate. But this sign actually is just a magnet for silver, and he goes through the wall.
I was expecting like another like ceiling clip or a telethrow, not a silver just breaks through the wall.
I like how you said that, because there is a ceiling clip there. There is a flat ceiling above that, which doesn't make any sense because it's a cave. But there is a box in New City that you can use, and it's much easier than that. But it loses time. So obviously we're going to do that.
Oh, of course. Subverting expectations. I love it.
You need to defeat all the enemies.
See, Focus did Sonic over 13 seconds. So we're going to get an A rank. And Labrys is in Fight Acropolis, the second and last stage we will be seeing Blaze. Blaze is really cool and all, don't get me wrong. We don't really like her for this though. She can't telethrow, so she has her limits. We are potentially going to be seeing an AFC here. Again, mentioned it earlier, it's that frame perfect trick that will preserve all of your speed. And right here, there are dash panels that have a ton of speed. Unfortunately, we do not get it. If you do get an AFC there, you can jump from that ledge all the way to the door and click through it with the extra speed. Because with the right angle and enough speed, the walls are a suggestion. And then here's Sonic 06. We can't have one moment where they're both not on load screen.
Oh, of course.
Where is the entrance to Eggman's base?
It's like Sonic 06 and load screens name a better duo. Actually, no, we've only got a few hours.
Yeah. Don't want to put too many loads. Don't look at the RTA for an all stories versus the load remove time. But here in S2 for White Acropolis, this is like probably the worst stage segment in the run, just because of how variable it can be. Luckily, it seems like Lab is getting very good one here. Should end up being about a 140. We're going right to the legal ring. I'll throw it down so that we can hit the ground faster, and perfect. But there's a lot of moving parts there. You have to get on this kind of spherical rock. It's not really a sphere. And it's really weird to telethrow off of it because some of it looks like it would work and it just doesn't. And then you have to, at the same time, do a turn on that rock. So you'll stop your telethrow by lifting. You'll move to the other side of the rock and do another telethrow, which is really cool. But it's also really difficult to do without messing up. So S2 is just, it's a pain for everyone that runs this category. It's like one of those things that you don't want to have to figure out, but even the smallest understanding of it will go a long way. But then when you understand it a lot, it's still gonna mess up, so there's no point. And we see Focus gets an AFC. So this is what I meant. You can go immediately from the ledge, straight through the door.
That was cool.
Celebrating. And on Labrys' side, we have Egg Genesis. I'll talk more about this when we get to Focus' side of it, since although it does seem like he missed one rocket. He's gonna have to wait an extra cycle. I guess we can talk about it now. Egg Genesis is, pretty easy boss. All you have to do is throw 24 rockets back. However, silver can only hold 20 at a time. So you have to do 6 4 times. And you'll do that. You'll usually stagger the third batch of 6 so that you can wait for him to shoot more rockets for the last phase. But it is possible to completely skip that and just do it in one phase. Because there is a total of 32 rockets shot, I believe. It may be 40. But you can do enough damage on the first phase to catch 18 rockets afterwards by recovering your gauge. And you save a whole cycle. It's like 4 seconds, and no one does it. So it's really difficult. So now we have Focus watching a bit of the cutscene. You know, this game is known for how great its cutscenes are. Totally.
Oh, 100%.
So we're going to see Focus do Egg Genesis, hopefully get around a 45-second time. Meanwhile, we have Lab doing the Amy mission, which I promise he's going as fast as he can. There's not much he can do. So Asuka, if you want to say anything.
Oh, absolutely. Those that don't know, the first ever GDQ Hotfix Disability and Neurodivergence Special is actually taking place November 29th through the 30th, which FYI is this weekend. And it's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern both of those days. And also, it is a charity event, so the special is going to be benefiting the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. And you can view the absolute banger schedule now by typing !DND in the chat. So best friends, !DND. And we hope to see you there.
Are you kidding me?
And of course, another event called Awesome Games Done Quick 2026 is going to be live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 4th through the 10th, and Reg is currently open. So make sure you are registering if you want to experience the event in person and meet all of us there and become best friends. Head over to gdq.gg for more info on that as well.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, both of those schedules are absolutely amazing. So
Focus did do the same little mishap that Lab did. Only one missile short, so they both had to go find a box. So a little bit evening out there. Focus had a little bit of a chance to catch up, but now we're going to be getting into the real part of Silver's story, where we buy the Heart of Wind. So on Labrys' side, we're just going to do a bit of walking before we get to a shop. Rings aren't a problem. You can see we have 22,000. But the Heart of Wind, what it does, it will give you access to the teleport dash. Now this is really important for Silver because it will allow 2 things, both very useful for getting around. It will give you access to telesliding, which if you do a double A press next to the ground, you'll just slide across the ground at a very high speed. Very useful. Should see hopefully some of it here. Yep, there's a teleslide. The next thing it will allow is a extended teleport dash, or ETD for short. And this is frame perfect. You have to do it, I believe, 8 frames or so after you initiate the teleport dash. But it gives you a massive burst of speed, basically just keeping your teleport dash speed throughout however long you hold X until you hit the ground. And I'll let you clip through most walls in the game. So now, any wall for Silver, a suggestion. And we can see that by skipping a mission that is normally there, just going straight around out of bounds, straight to the portal.
I'm not going to let the
And now
Eagles
we have
trigger get
Grackle
away.
Train. We've seen rocks, boxes,
I'm not going to let the
pots
Eagles
even
trigger get
tele-thrown
away.
off of. Here's a shovel. It's just enough steepness. You can push it up against the box to make it even steeper, and you can tele-throw off of it. It is the coolest tele-throw in the game, I think. And then there we have an ETD all the way to the end section, again, flipping through the wall, and going straight to the goal ring. Very fast stage, very cool telethrow, and first showcase of the extended teleport dash.
Looks like
I
I'm
love
on a
that.
roll.
I like how, so this is kind of like when just Silver's run just breaks wide open with this.
Yep.
Nice.
He becomes the most broken Hedgehog in the game, I'm pretty sure. Like, Shadow has his cool stuff, Sonic has his cool stuff with the gems and everything. Silver gets to go through any wall he wants. It's so cool.
I knew walls were a lie. Real, though.
So Focus is going to be getting his Heart of Wind shortly, able to do the same stuff Labras was just doing. But Labras has to fight our good friend Shadow. And I say our good friend knowing that this boss is terrible. So this boss, it's not the worst. There's just a lot of throwing barrels you have to do. But these barrels can be really hard to hit on him, and they take a long time to respawn. So you really want to make sure that you get it in the first batch of all the barrels, which so far for Lab, it is going spectacularly. He's gotten like every barrel hit, so this may even be the last one. That is an incredible time, 36 seconds, around there. Yeah. You'd be lucky to get a 40 consistently. I would be happy with a 40. 36, you don't ask for any more than that.
Nice.
This boss is really hard to get consistent. Really glad to see that go without any hitches for him. I believe Focus will be doing a different strat for Shadow. He's actually going to be blowing up a train car to do 2 damage, I believe, with a shovel.
Oh.
It'll be interesting to see. We can see Focus not quite getting the ETD. Like I said, frame perfect. So if you see an ETD in the run, it's frame perfect. It's hard to hit, yes. It's a 60 FPS game.
A laboratory.
We're gonna miss a lot of them. Hopefully gonna hit most though. Because if you can't hit an ETD, you might as well say goodbye to the run.
Guarding that door.
Bread and butter of this category, along with telethrow for the rest of the run. I do not believe Labras is on PB pace, Wonderland. He did mess up Egg Genesis.
Looks like Labras's PB is a 27. No.
It's weird because
like that's
we can't really get an estimate. The load times are a lot, so RTA it will be like.
Oh, okay.
Right. We mainly retime runs after. So RTA, it's not going to match up at all.
Oh,
but
no, it doesn't. 41-15 RTA.
Yeah. Here we're seeing Lab in Aquatic Base. We just did a spike ball telethrow. Also, another cool object you can telethrow off of. For some reason it works. And if you do it wrong, you will actually die. Lab almost hitting the laser there as well. Really close. Kind of skipped over Aquatic Base S1. We'll get there when Focus finishes up Shadow, getting about a 44-second time. And at the end of Aquatic Base, we have Labras setting these worms. What you want to do here is you want to stay on the ground so that the birds will hit the ground. Because you need 5 instances of damage to kill the golem. And usually the worms will do 2 each, so you need at least 1 bird to back it up.
Perfect.
And sometimes the birds will just die randomly after they stun themselves. And I think it has to do with overlapping collision of the birds. But if they all die, you basically have to wait until you can stun the golem. Luckily, Lab got all 4 of them, which is a miracle, honestly. But now we have Focus going into section 1 of Aquatic Base. We skipped over this earlier. We're just going to do a turnaround and then clip through a door and the stage will be over. Well, the first part of it anyways. There's 1 clip. Focus electing not to do the ETD to the second part. We're just going to hover. Doesn't lose too much time. And now here we only have 1 more door to go through. And we kill these enemies and the section is over.
Jeez, that is awesome.
That section normally, if you play like casually, is maybe 2.5 minutes if you're really fast.
Oh, wow.
Now for S2, we're kind of talking about something else. Again, we're just going to clip immediately out of bounds and then quickly go back in because we're going through a fall. So we want to be out of bounds for as long as possible so that we can maintain our teleport dash speed. Now Focus is going to get on a ball and he's going to hopefully go for another clip, which we saw Lab do earlier. It's called Hope and Clip. If you miss it, you don't really have a chance to back it up because you need the ball. Or well, you don't need the ball, but it's really helpful. Luckily, getting it first try.
Nice.
and we're going to see the same combat that Lab did. Hopefully the ending's a bit smoother. I did see Lab's his birds took a while to get stunned. Focus walking up early to make sure the birds are aggroed. And we have Lab in mission 14. This is an escort mission where you don't really have to escort the NPC. It turns out the enemy spawning in, which is what prevents the NPC from moving, is based on where your camera is. So as long as you're staying at the beginning of the mission, there's no enemies, which means the NPC just gets to walk all the way through.
Oh, yeah. I had to look over. I was like, is Lab's controller okay?
Yeah, technically he doesn't have to do anything past like the very beginning of the mission. There's a few things you can do to speed Anna up, and he's actually showing off Bob McFloaty. This is the name of the character. You see, he's floating.
Oh
Very
my
funny.
god, that's fantastic.
Focus may show off a different thing that's also funny, and we call it Barrel Captain. But you can do a few scares where you intentionally spawn the enemies to make Anna run faster. Because if the enemies are behind Anna, she will gain a small burst of speed for a bit before she stops. So you spawn the enemies for just a bit to scare her, she gets that burst of speed, and you back off. And you can do that twice, maybe 3 times. It's a bit weird on how the AI works.
Great!
But Lab getting a 124.9, where if you do nothing, you get a 127, so save a bit of time with it. After this, it's just going to be a bit of hub move it for Labris. We're going to get to Trials before Kingdom Valley, and Focus doing Protect Anna right now, which is what Lab just did. Hopefully we'll see Barrel Captain and maybe a few scares, but if there's anything you'd like to mention, now's a great time.
Sure. We also have a wonderful community called Black and Flash, and Black and Flash is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, offering a space to collaborate on speedruns, challenge runs, and randomizers while celebrating Black voices in the speedrunning scene. To learn more or to apply join, go to gdq.gg/BAF and follow at blackandaflash.bsky.social for any updates. Also, don't miss our upcoming events. We have Speeding Through the Holidays from December 27th to the 28th, and Back to Black 2026 on February 5th. Now we are accepting also prize submissions for that, so head to gdq.gg/btb26-prizes. I agree. Our wonderful friend in chat cannot wait for Back to Black. They've got all bangers. All of these schedules are absolute bangers. And I'm also noticing I see some gambling going on and some points going on.
Yeah, there is a gamble between who will win.
Ooh.
I should have predicted myself. There's quite the payout on Labris.
A little bit. I also see one of our runners Focus in chat.
I mean, Focus has nothing to do right now. He can chat.
Ooh.
And Focus does mention in chat he does have a potential ace up his sleeve.
Okay.
There's something that is not done in runs anymore solely because we now time Loveless. But we may see it right now in this RTA race.
Okay.
Now, kind of skipped over it because we're talking about what Focus might do, but Labra's just finishing up mission 16, currently doing trials. That mission, all you have to do is have physical contact with Blaze, and then you complete the mission. So all we do is we grab a box, we place it against the cage she's in for whatever reason, however she got in there, who knows, and do a quick teleport dash just to clip in, and the mission's over. Very quick mission. Another very quick mission without load times is this one. However, RTA, we're going to be seeing 3 loading screens. Or,
Jeez.
2 extra compared to a different mission. So this is the main reason why Focus might have an ace up his sleeve. This takes a lot of time to get through, even though the mission is barely anything. It's a multiple choice mission where you're supposed to figure out the answers and then go in the portals, but it's the same every time. You just go right, right, left. That's the order, and we'll do the mission in 3 seconds, maybe a bit more, a bit less.
Okay.
It's really a nothing burger mission for the speedrun.
Hey.
The next mission, however, is a combat mission, and silver combat is a bit weird, but we'll maybe get to that in a bit. Right now, we see Focus just hovering up this wall for no reason, absolutely. No. What Focus is trying to attempt is trials skip. So obviously Labris is doing the trials, but Focus is just trying to skip them entirely. The Kingdom Valley portal, which we're trying to get through by doing the trials, is at the top of, maybe if Focus pans his camera to the right a bit, it's at the top of a tower. But to get to the top, he has to hover over these walls, which he's going to be trying to do levitation extensions, as mentioned earlier. Every one frame perfect. It will keep more speed, refill your gauge as you're going up these walls. Now, the first wall is actually a pretty easy one. Now we're going to be going to wall 2.
There's a second one.
Just you wait until there's the third wall. So, second wall also seems pretty easy. Each LE is getting him pretty high. Labris is doing the combat mission. Basically, the trick for this mission, or the gimmick rather, is they do not give you any objects to use. You have to use projectiles from the enemies, or you have to stun them using the stun slap. Luckily, the enemies shoot a ton of rockets, so no problem there for combat, really. It's just a bit difficult for everything to go successfully because the RNG in this mission is pretty rough. You can do it as fast as like 38 seconds, but here we're seeing Lab get a 56. So that's about the variance you can expect. It either goes incredibly right, super mid, or badly.
Hey.
And now we see Focus. This is the third wall. This is the final wall. After this, we'll be free. But this is the hardest wall to get up. It's incredibly steep. Have to hit so many frame perfects. And we can see Labs just getting out of the final trials mission. After this, he'll be able to take an eagle up to the portal and enter Kingdom Valley. Focus has spent all of this time, taking a bit of a fall. Can still recover this. Still recoverable. But hopefully Focus will be able to get up this wall and get immediately to the portal without doing the missions. I believe this saves 2 minutes RTA if done really well.
Oh, wow.
But I'm wishing Focus the best of luck with this wall because falling could like set him back so far. He had to go back to wall 1 or 2 trials, both of which will lose a ton of time. Labris is in Kingdom Valley now. We're going to be seeing a new tech. The only time in the run it's used, a telefling. So this is actually not a telefling, sorry. It's using a tele launch. Focus, I believe Focus has gone trial skip now. He's going here to recover more gauge before going to the end. But Labris doing a tele launch. Basically what that uses is a telefling, which is another tech, which was obsoleted mostly by telethrow. Where you will simultaneously be on an object yet lifting it, so it will move pretty erratically unless you're like on a sphere. But you can use that and lift at the same time to exponentially gain speed just up. You get a ton of height, and that allows you to go over the wall straight into S2. So if you missed it, keep an eye on Focus's side because he did get trial skip. He's in Kingdom Valley. No trials were done for him. Missing the tele launch first try. He's gonna go for it again. Labris messing up the telethrow in S2. So now's a good time to explain that. Normally in Section 2 of Kingdom Valley, you're supposed to play as Sonic for most of the stage. Sonic is slow, as we know, because he doesn't have boxes and he can't telethrow. So we are going to be setting up a box on this pedestal and going straight through this wall. If you think it have collision, most of it does, not the top of it. And we're going straight to the end. We'll be seeing if Lab does get a ETD to the end. No, that's okay. We can just levitation extension all the way to the end. We'll lose maybe 15 seconds. That's fine. The skip is over. He's made it. Only losing a bit of time.
I like how you put Sonic and slow in the same sentence.
It's crazy to think of. Sonic is just slower here.
Sonic's simply too slow, you mentioned in chat. Yep.
Focus getting a very clean setup on his box. At the end of the mission, you might think there was just a gold ring. No, you actually have to do a bit of combat. Now, Labras, almost getting hit there, but doing it perfectly enough and missing the S rank. So he's getting an A rank. This is really good because we're not going to be getting the 5.5 second time loss of getting an S rank. And Focus hitting the ETD to get to the combat. We'll see how his combat goes. I believe he is guaranteed to get an A rank as well, based on the IGT here. It's a bit slow. Because in the game, you have time bonus and your score. Your score is a bit variable here due to the boxes blowing up, because the boxes do give you score if you blow them up. But the time bonus is the main thing that matters. And as we can see, below 50,000 is an A rank. So we are not getting the gold medal there, not losing time to that at least. And now for Lab, we are in the final stage, asterisk, of the run. There is a boss after this, but this is the final stage. It's just they're the same menu on Act Trial. I wouldn't say they're the boss of the stage, but it's there. So here, again, we see there's a box. So, telethrow. I hope you get it now, by now. We want an object that we can telethrow off of.
I've noticed a trend, for sure.
It is a bit tricky to set up the box here. This used to be like the most technical stage in the run with ETDs before, but as you can see, S1 is just a telethrow and then a bit of movement at the end. We're seeing Labras get to this bridge, and there's going to be a ramp. Getting hit also by the meteors, which are for the most part RNG. I've been told that they're not, but that's dependent on which puff volume you're in. Meteor volume. It's weird. RNG for the most part.
Oh, that's fair.
Us. A Focus getting ETD. You can go straight out of bounds and through a one-sided collision wall to get back here. And now we're going to be seeing a relatively new development for Silver Story. It has been known that you can telethrow in this stage to the end before, but no one did it because it was seemingly super difficult and random. And then we figured it out. So now we're using this wall to set up the box in a very particular way where we need the max steepness of a telethrow, because there is a hole in the ceiling which you can't see because they put terrain there and the collision is different from what you see. But we're hopefully getting to get out of bounds here, and the stage should be done from here. You just have to go very high up with the telethrow and hopefully hit an ETD. Labras going back in bounds, which is not what he wanted, I believe. You can stay out of bounds for the whole level and get directly to the gold ring. But this is fine because he just does a clip through that door and the gold ring is right here. So very nice for Lab. 207. What used to be community gold in this stage, I believe, was a 217. So even with probably a slower S1, the section 2 of the stage did a lot of time save compared to the normal stuff. You had to clip through a bunch of doors, do a bunch of teleslides to the stage. It was really cool, admittedly, but it's slower. So here, Focus is setting up his box. He was able to stand on the side he's telethrowing from, but he wants the max steepness, as mentioned before, so that we can get out of bounds very easily and then have a safe timeout.
Gotcha.
So that should be good.
Here I come, Iblis. This will be your end.
Has to re-angle it a bit. While Focus is doing this, we can... So... We can talk about Iblis 3 more when Focus gets to it, actually. But Focus is actually electing to go the normal route for Flame Core, so we'll be seeing all the cool movement, luckily. But what can happen with a telethrow is you have to hold forward when you're doing the actual throw part, otherwise you won't stick to the box. So what must have happened is Focus was just a bit too fast with either the throw or where he was angling the stick and missed that. So he popped off the box and the box just went flying. It does respawn so that you can do the trick again, but Focus is just electing to do the stage. Maybe show it off a bit. Also do a telefling off the sword. Very cool.
Okay, yeah, that's cool looking with the glowing.
That's part of the thing for a tele launch and what was obsoleted by telethrow. Because you have to stand on the object like the same frame you pick it up, but you can see it's really funny. You just fly up with it.
Love it.
Slower than a telethrow, but really cool. Now, I think it's time to focus on Labras doing Iblis 3. This is the RNG boss mentioned earlier, where you can get. Oh, he fell off. Okay, so he has to restart the boss, but now we can talk about it from the start. So thanks, Lab. Here we have these, which are basically RNG. You can see they all just blew up. Really cool. Not at all. If a puff like hits another one in the wrong way, it will blow up and just take everything out that you're holding. They can also hit the ground next to you, and the explosion radius will get to them. It's really annoying when it happens because you have like a badge and you're like feeling good, and it happened again. I do not know if this is enough to even get a 2:10 time. It might be worse, but I'm sure Focus will be going for a good RNG as well. What Lab is doing now is he's holding the puffs before he's hit 12 objects on Iblis. The way Iblis works is he will do, I believe, normally 6 waves and then another 6 waves. But if you do less than 12 damage before this phase, he will actually do 4 and 4. So he's saving time by holding onto these until later. Because right here, it'll be relatively easy to hit them on Iblis as well. He's like right in your face. There's nothing that can go wrong. I do think that Lab is getting a 3 flat. I think that is what this boss is going to end up being. See how Focus's RNG goes with catching these buffs. Pretty decent. A few hits there. I believe that was 2. So not quite safe from a 3 flat yet. But we'll see if we can get decent RNG here. Again, going for the puffs. That one was really close to blowing them up. You can see they hit silver, and that explosion radius is just small enough to miss the other ones, but that should be enough for Focus to get a 2:10 or thereabouts. We'll be seeing him go for a unique ending that actually avoids the S rank for all stories, but for our purposes, time just ends when Iblis is dead. And Labras is holding onto the puff to skip a wave cycle. What we call the meteors, we call them puffs, but
Totally
that
puffs.
one specifically is called, the God Puff because it's huge and massive and awesome. But you can actually use that to stun him during his wave cycle, skipping it entirely. And that saves around 9-10 seconds.
Oh, wow.
So here, Lab's going in for the final hit, and it is time for Lab.
GG.
Use the Lab. And Focus, I believe this is good enough for Focus to get a telethrow ending. So telethrow actually has not had any use in a boss yet. This is the only use in the run.
That was funny.
Hello.
Hello.
GG's.
Oh, GG's Lab. Unfortunate ending with Iblis, but you made it.
Yeah.
Oh, Focus missed the telethrow. We're not
No.
gonna see it. Focus will just catch the God buff and end normally. But what you can do is, we'll wait for time to come up. And time. GG's
And
Focus.
GG's. Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, what you can do is you can use the telethrow to get 2 Iblis, and he just dunks himself with the God puff.
Yep.
It's
Lab,
really
Lab,
funny.
that was quite the race.
Yep.
Never count out 2020 focus sight and the muscle memory he has from doing a trick he's not
That
done
was
in 5 or 6
really
years.
close. It was really close on wall 3 that you fell a bit, but you recovered.
Yeah, no.
No, I was scared. Trust me, when I saw myself slip, I'm like, no.
So
That was really cool. I'm really upset about Wave Ocean Blaze, though. Can I be upset? I think I could be upset.
Yeah.
You can be upset. You did get it, and then
I messed up.
end.
You need, so the reason why is you need to be neutral stick on re-entering the hub or re-entering the main stage, otherwise the camera will force itself to the right. And when it does that, like it did, it changes the timing, meaning you can't get on the island as easy. And I just couldn't recover.
Yeah.
That was very close, Lab. At least we now know how far behind I need to be in order for
Yeah.
trial skip to roughly equalize. It's a whole Amy mission behind, is what I've learned. That's a long time.
I walked off the front of Iblis 3's arena after getting 220able RNG on like low 43 pace.
Oh no.
And then he got
Oh
3 flat.
no.
And then I got a 3
Hey,
flat.
we're still well under estimate.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, no,
in this industry.
Murphy's Iblis 3, but like, we pulled it out.
I mean, it was so cool to see trial skip compared to trials for like in real time.
Yeah.
We could use this as a reference point, which is awesome. I don't know if Zan's mentioned it, but yeah, trial skip is no longer faster because we use loadless as a timing. I used to be the person that did it, and I think it saved like 2 minutes or roughly RTA.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it's a significant amount of time, and unfortunately, other than RTA races, I have no point in showing it anymore. So I'm glad I was able to do that on a GDQ stage technically. So
yeah. And quick shout out to
congrats,
the two sayers in chat. There might have been a channel point gamba going on.
Okay, let's see the details. I was predicted to be the winner. Wow. More people put on me. I'm surprised. Labs. I mean, I did teach Lab everything that he knows, and then he learned more. But
yeah,
genuinely, Lab's like the better silver runner. So I think the better silver runner won this race. So thank you, Lab. This was amazing. Thank you, Zans. I'm sure Zans provided some amazing company.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Incredible commentator, incredible silver runner, finding tech in this story after all this time. I've been Focus Sight. You can follow me at Focus Sight because that's my name. Lab, where can they find you?
They can find me often on twitch.tv/LabrisSR. Feel free to drop by for not just 06, but all kinds of Sonic stuff. We will be doing this run again at Fast Pace for Pride on Sunday.
Yep.
So
the finale for that run, in fact. So it'll be our first finale. I hope Zans will be returning. Zans, please shout out yourself, of course.
I don't really have much you can find me on, but I have a YouTube where I upload all my PBs.
That works.
Find me there. It's just
check
Zan.
the
Billy
YouTube
Hatcher
is so
runner
sick.
as well, right?
Yeah, I do Billy Hatcher. Penny's Big Breakaway is another favorite of mine. Yeah, and then 06. One day I'll maybe return. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll get you in here. One of us will steal your emulator record, and then you'll be wanting to come back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also forgot. Oh yeah, Mega Man. I'm also Mega Man. I play X7 because I love terrible 15th anniversary 3D platformers.
That is an oddly specific niche. I love it. Oh, of course.
Oh, it's such a good niche, right? It's true. I don't know why it's true, but it's true. If I had a nickel for every time that I played, I ran a game of that category, I'd have 2 nickels. So, thank you for having us, Asuka. There's more amazing Sonic stuff to come. Lab will actually be sticking around, so I don't know why. I guess Lab didn't need to leave.
Yeah.
Lab will be the commentator for this next wonderful run, which is by Wonderland, and that'll be Sonic Adventure DX.
Yes, do stick around.
Agreed. And give GGs to everybody for the fantastic showing. A wonderful race, wonderful commentary. And yeah, before we go to break, I just want to Hello, friends, and welcome back to some more Sonic on Express Lane. And we're just going to go right on into the next run, which is an absolute wonderful run. It is Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut Sonic Story run by Wonderland. So hello, friend. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to be here.
I see we have a commentator we might recognize from the previous race.
I am Lab again. I run this game too. This is also an incredibly fun run, and I hope you all enjoy it as much as I will because this game is sick.
Agreed. Yeah. Whenever you want to get things started, by all means, go for it.
All right. Yeah. So just like go.
Countdown.
Yeah, do a countdown.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Good luck.
Thank you. So Chaos Zero is the first fight. There's a couple frame window to spin dash. I got it.
Just a couple.
I might. Oh, I missed the jump at the.
Oh, no.
Alright, whatever. So the minute is going very wrong, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that couple point window can save 0.2 about. But yeah, you just stand here, go over here, stand here. He jumps off immediately. He wouldn't normally do an attack if you didn't stand away.
Yeah. Yeah, Zero. Very simple fight, not indicative of, Sonic's movement throughout the rest of the game, which is spin dashing. Sonic can navigate around these invisible walls using the momentum he gains from his spin dash into a jump, like you'll see right on this railing. He can also chain his spin dashes, because the faster you're going in the first place, the less time it takes for you to get back up to full speed. Oh yeah, and this is our friend the whale. We can skip most of this bridge section here with the whale. When you get damaged, you get your jump back, and we can homing attack to the other side. We can, go up that wall because we're Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, whoops.
That movement is so hard to do fast.
I am
Lighthouse in general. Nah, you're fine.
My brain is still like, there is a whale.
There is a whale. The iconic, ye old whale. This level is probably one of the hardest in the run. They just put it right at the beginning just for us.
Yeah.
Another property of Sonic Spin Dash is that when he's in ball form, he can accelerate indefinitely past the speed cap if he's rolling down a hill. So you saw that a couple times over there. You're gonna slope jump to get us a little bit of extra height to skip some automation. A little bit late. Ooh, nice. Use a little bit of skewed gravity, which will come up later into the run in Windy Valley to make us reach the ground faster and with a little more speed so we can hit the ground running a little faster, getting us to top speed just a little faster. Now, this game isn't all levels. There's also a bunch of hub movement, which is surprisingly difficult depending on where you're going and where you're going from.
I think it's the hardest thing to optimize in the game.
It really is. A lot of people kind of sleep on it because oh, you got the levels. The levels have a timer. Well, you still have a timer during the hubs because this is an adventure. You go places.
Yeah. The boss fights in this game, in comparison, not very interesting. They're generally quite pushovers.
Yeah, this one. Yep.
You just do that.
That's it. Just press the A button a lot.
You maul him to death.
Yeah,
All right.
It's awesome. Yeah, that's it. That's all you do. It really is that simple.
Nice.
Key throw challenge?
Key throw challenge. Throwing this key in, you can lose so much time.
It's a little ridiculous but the trigger to get the key in the thing is quite lenient, but we just don't want to watch it move. So
yeah,
it just takes its time, and we're just sitting in the wind tunnel oh yeah, by the way, this wall isn't real because we said so.
Yeah,
it should be. It's not. And then we use Gamma's portion of the level to get here a little bit faster.
Yeah, Sonic doesn't enter that area.
Nope.
Normally. So you can spin dash on the number pad to be in a ball, and then homing attack to go onto that spring. He tries to lock onto the spring. It skips a trampoline. It's called trampoline skip. And we got some ski gravity usage here coming up.
So yeah, as long as you are going above a global speed threshold, you will maintain the gravity that you had and not reset to straight down. So we spin dash off that slope, which was a little bit angled, in order to basically fall slightly sideways and navigate around a couple kill planes and skip the entirety of the third act of Windy Valley. Oh, there it is.
How do people find all those kill planes in these Sonic games? Because I've seen that in a few different. I'm like, just how are you magicians?
I think
Trial and error.
I think it's trial and error, and yeah, Sora I think found at least the original version of it, which was much worse.
Jeez.
You had to go from a little higher, and thus it was a little slower.
Okay.
So we're gonna get the light shoes just for fun, but we also need to progress the story. The thing about Sonic Adventure DX is that you need to do everything, just not always in the order it expects you to, but you just need to do everything. There's no like big sequence breaks in this game. You can rearrange things, but you can't really skip anything. Like, we can skip the light dash to get up there just by doing a nice little slope jump off the stairs. And anyone like pinball? No, we don't either.
Yeah, you can skip the levels inside the levels, just not skipping the level itself. You know, you have to play it.
Maybe on our terms.
Basically, there's some coins. There's some coins below that are there to be used later for when you collect coins, and they have collision, and you can get down there by spin dashing through the wall, and then the emerald is there just behind some collision. Also, there's a cutscene there with an ice stone, which we used like a wind stone earlier to unlock the thing, but I'm not grabbing it. And there's a way to skip this one. There's not a way to skip the wind stone because it spawns a load zone, and this one just removes a door. You can spin dash over through this. You just go through the ceiling.
Just go through the ceiling. Like it's not an exaggeration when we say we just go through the wall or we just go through the ceiling. There are just holes there, and we walk through them, and it's awesome.
Yeah. And you just go through this bridge.
Literally. And you just go through this wall.
And yeah, I can get this line up. There you go.
So Sonic doesn't snowboard here. He's supposed to. He doesn't. Instead, we just spend like a minute falling.
Yeah.
So if you have any messages for us,
absolutely. As we're watching this white abyss over here, we have another community I want to give a shout out to, and that is Frame Fatales. It is a community of women and femmes who share a passion for speedrunning, gaming, and charity. In addition to the two flagship events, they also host activities all year round in the community Discord, like Game of the Month and various randomizer events.
There's a little bit less skipping the levels later on.
Feel free to
so that door that we skipped is actually still exists, so we have to skip it again. This one's a lot harder. You have to go through this finicky ceiling. There we go.
Nice. That is deceptively difficult to do.
Just a little bit.
That's insane.
The slope will just like kick you around everywhere.
No, it's hard to find that spot in the ceiling every time. And sometimes if you do find the spot in the ceiling, you'll like brush against the wall, so you'll lose speed and not make it to the tunnel. Oh, no. Unfortunately, we do not see Knuckles again. We do also...
He's gone.
Well, there's another story with him in it. It's called Knuckles Story.
Yeah, so that's true. This is Chaos 4. This fight, you can't really do much about. On hits 2 and 3.
There it is.
You see it right here. He can do this attack. The blue sphere's attack does it waits 8 seconds, 8 to 10, something like that. And it can happen 25% chance on hit 2 and 25% chance on hit 3. So you have a 50% chance to lose 8 seconds and a 1 in 8 chance to lose 60. I'm only losing 8. Yay!
Yeah, this is the singular point of RNG in the run.
Yeah. There's technically another point, but I have a thing for that. We'll get there. Yeah.
Woohoo!
This is one of those bosses that you have to keep your brain on just enough to pilot and make sure you're counting to when he surfaces, because that's the same every time.
Yeah.
But like, you can't be too close, or else you lose 3 seconds to a little wiggly arm attack. Like when when chaos surfaces.
Yeah.
So you have to like constantly be moving, but like eventually you just kind of stop paying attention. Oh.
This is the right
No,
one, right?
and
No,
you got
What am I
the
doing?
spheres, so it's one more.
I was not paying
Exhibit A. Like,
So about
it's so easy
keeping it
to
brain.
it's so easy during this boss.
Oh, I totally see that.
Yeah, no. That's fine.
Yeah.
Planes.
The fun thing about this, you can now play with Knuckles. And the funny thing is about that is that text actually prevents you from entering that cutscene. And so you have to like time your entrance into the cutscene trigger.
Oh, we got time now.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. If you want to like say anything, that'd be cool. It's just an auto scroller. I can say in the top left. I can fight the.
You just pick a corner, any corner. You live. It's whatever.
Yeah.
There's no speeding this up.
All right. Well, for those of
Yeah.
you that need to catch up on all of our past Hotfix shows, all of our special events, the wonderful GDQ marathons we have here, head on over to youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello from the past. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Click that bell and stay up to date with GDQ. Also, feel free to check us out live right now. Twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. What is it? Stream is, or chat's live, stream is recorded, or chat's recorded, stream is live, or something like that. Either way, you can watch us live on Twitch if you want, or record it on YouTube. And hopefully, hopefully my mic came through on that time. We'll see. And my mic decided to do a silly and like wall jump out of existence for a little bit.
Oh, it's fine.
It took a page out of Sonic and just said, "Oh no, this wall is arbitrary, so I'm fine. I'm gonna leave now."
Yeah, that's what we've learned today. Is that walls are arbitrary.
Mine came through. Yay!
Well,
This is also not the first one of these that happens.
there's another one. It's slightly longer.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate high amount of downtime for otherwise very exciting
Yeah,
speedruns.
it's dense though while it's going. When I run this category, I appreciate the
I
breaks.
personally. Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of like the handbrake because this game is so input intensive.
Yeah, you're constantly unrolling and re-rolling to recharge those spin dashes in order to maintain that momentum. Because you're already going really fast, so your next spin dash is not going to take any time at all to charge. So,
Yeah,
It's like one of those things where it's like when you have breaks like this, when you're first learning the speed, you're like, oh gosh, here we go again. But like as you're practicing a lot more, you're like, this is the greatest section of the run ever. I can take a breath. I can drink a water.
I use the
There you
bathroom
go.
typically.
yeah, and now we're back. You had to go say hi to Amy.
Sonic, wait up!
Sonic, wait up? No. Oh, but you can play with Amy. I mean, you can.
You can play as Amy. She's pretty
cool.
fun.
Her story's pretty cool too. There she
There she is
Bye.
again.
Anyways, we're going to use these AI racers to do something very funny.
Need like 5 hours.
Give us a little push.
Nice.
And this series of loops extends infinitely vertically. So if we are over it at any point and we clear the kill plane that is kind of by it-ish, we get yeeted right into the loop sequence. And thus, we can save
Yeah.
30 seconds if we're just playing the track?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is a more consistent version that was found recently by me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because the card speed is determined by your ring count, and there's a box that gives you a random amount of rings. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 40. And you need that speed from the ring box to be able to do that. But instead, we can get hit by the AI racers, and after doing a minute. Also, that card cutscene, I'm supposed to use that to get into the next level, but instead, I can do
Yeah,
this.
that's Knuckles' entrance into Speed Highway. Apparently, you're still there. So, it's a Speed Highway.
Love it.
That's building hover, and that is insane to show off. It saves about a second. So, think about hover frames.
I lost the
that's
second,
awesome.
but yeah. Think about hover frames.
So, the thing about hover frames is that they're the little juice that makes you jump higher when you hold the A button in this game. Turns out you can use those whenever you're in ball form and airborne, even if you don't necessarily jump. So what Wonderland did was you pause, and you hold the A button to unpause, and now the game's suddenly tracking you're holding the A button. So it's going to give you that extra little bit of lift in order for you to make it in that situation, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's a strat that only it's a strat that's only been implemented recently.
Yeah, no, it's a recent thing that people have started doing in full game. 57 ain't bad.
That's a 1 to
is it
7. It doesn't add seconds.
Some of these
Yeah.
timers, they add 10 seconds if it's like a Chaos Emerald or something. I'm pretty sure that's the rule. The castles don't. Oh yeah. This station is blocked off because of a strike, but we get in there anyways.
Wait, is that like lore
That is the
reason?
canon
There's a
reason. If you
strike?
talk to the NPCs in front, they're like, we're
No
on
kidding.
strike.
Wait, that's awesome.
Shoutouts. The strike ends after you get back into Station Square, so like, we're fine.
So, I'm picking up this upgrade here, the Ancient Light. It allows you to attack with light speed dash, and you need it for this this thing right here. And that's
Yeah, this is the only way the monkey dies, and the monkey dies is the only way this load trigger is spawning in.
Yeah. There's ways to get to the load trigger, but it doesn't exist until you
must
kill the monkey. So,
Unfortunate. So, slope jumping is really important for Sonic as well. If you have speed and you're going uphill and jump, you will gain additional height for that jump because you are running up a slope for some reason. Similarly, if you're running down a slope,
you
you'll
won't
have
know
like
height.
no height or less height, but you'll get more distance. Not that matters for Sonic. I think he's going fast enough. So we can create a slope right here to get us a lot of height on those 3 jumps. And the tips of these flamethrowers don't exist.
Yeah. So the green part of that rock that I jumped off of has a like tighter, sorry, like more steep. Yeah, a steeper slope than the rest of the rock. And normally, because that rock tilts, so you have to wait for it to tilt for the slope to become steep enough to make that jump, typically. But you can use that green part being steeper instead.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like it, but it is enough to give you that.
It does not.
It is enough to give you that boost.
Yeah, I will also say it's a very, very tight
No,
spin dash jump.
A lot of these spin dash jumps that you probably see are probably single-digit number frames of between like you releasing a spin dash and you jumping. You can't.
Yeah, I want to say that one's like at most 3.
Like just ballparking it. There is a task for this story,
Yeah.
which actually does count the frames. Incredible task, by the way, for the GameCube version of this game. So some things you'll see are shout outs to Nixer, the Go, the Banana. Incredible task, worth shouting out here. Let's see what other things that we can find. Because this is the longer of the 2 auto-scrollers.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to yap.
Oh yeah, Tails plane transforms now, I think. No, yeah, that is what happened.
So far, so good.
You better know what you're doing.
As you're
Goodness.
pointing completely to a corner and completely pointing all the ships.
Yep.
It works.
Yeah. I want to say at the end of Sky Chase 1, Tail just like, we did it, when he didn't do anything to the ship, and then they fire a laser at him.
So we fight back. At least a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And is there anything else you wanted to mention, Duka?
I just realized I took the wrong one off. Absolutely. No, I'm good. I'm good. We're all set, friends. All right, here we go. Going back to that lily pad thing and having the brain turn off for a half second. Hi. All right, so if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, we got you covered. You can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the awesome Hotfix Enjoyer role. You can use that to stay in the loop on all the upcoming events. You can chat with staff and a whole bunch more. Exclamation point Discord to the best friends in Twitch chat right now, and you can get an invite and more info. And the cool thing with the whole schedule is that gets posted every single week with links to all the speedrunners and everything that are participating, so you can kind of see what's coming down the pipeline, and it's a super cool place to be. So you should check it out. And I'm gonna delete the correct one this time in the list of things to say.
Alright. First Sky Chase gameplay, you mash A.
It is.
Yeah. There's actually a strat that doesn't have very much, labbing, but it saves like a second if you delay killing it, because the mouth closes there and it takes a while, but it'll close faster if you let it close a little bit and then kill it.
Yeah, I've heard like 0.5 to 0.7 thrown around. It's not even a second, but it does save, apparently. I haven't tried it because like sometimes the laser opening closes really fast in comparison to when you see it close at the end, so it's a little tight for like 0.7. Oh yeah, this is Skydeck.
Yeah.
This level is terrifying.
Oh no.
Yeah. Also, if you enter that stage too fast, you'll soft lock.
Oh.
There's another soft lock point at the end. So Skydeck is a lot of like high stakes, very aerial platforming. Skipping all those like.
Yeah, and we skip a lot of checkpoints here too.
Most of them.
There's no checkpoints in Act 1 that we get. We jump over that one because it's faster.
Instead of going all the way around in the direction the arrow indicates, we can just jump on this little bolt and do a nice little spin dash to the rocket. Act 2, there is a cycle
Also
here. If you stay too long on this bottom part, you get swept up by the wind and casually you get pushed off. Also, let's hope the rocket works. Oh, the rocket worked! Yes!
GG Rocket!
Yeah, those rockets tend not to function in this game. You'll be like right there, but like 1 unit off. By the way, we can hit this capsule pretty early. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I was supposed to land on it. You can back it up if you miss, but sometimes I can soft lock the game, and that's the second soft lock we're talking about. So I'm just playing it safe and hit the button.
I do not blame you in the slightest.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another character boss here. Hi, Gamma.
He's gonna go over and I think it's funny.
No, I don't know. He does it better.
Yeah, he does it best. So there's a clip. And you're supposed to go through that bottom door and then do a light speed dash to get up, but that's slow. So instead, I can clip through that wall. There's a gap in the collision for some reason. And yeah.
You can pause during this cutscene to lose time for free, or change your camera mode. Either or.
Yeah. We haven't really mentioned camera,
I noticed you were changing your camera a lot really early, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this game has auto cam and free cam, and free cam generally follows you better, but auto cam can give you better angles sometimes.
Yeah, you're going to see the opening of the next stage, the giant flame tunnel. That gives us a really good angle down, right down it, so like you could just roll. Provided it lets you.
So this boss fight, Chaos 6, sorry to interrupt. You can double damage him by doing a light speed dash. the light particles that are emitting from Sonic aren't just visual. They can actually hit the boss, and if they hit the boss, I won't be able to get my double hit, and it'll only do 1 damage, which loses like a lot of time.
This recycle chaos Six is pretty slow, but we're not here for slow. Enter Lost World, the other scary stage of the game. Coming up is the fire tunnel. These flames are random. And sometimes you run into them, and sometimes you don't. Nice. And right here, there's something called Snake Skip, where you stand on the ridge and do a spin dash jump up, so you get like a super powerful slope jump all the way up past the water switch puzzle, and we clip through the door.
Also, that door I went through, you can pause and
it's the only kind of door. It's the only kind of door that we can ignore in this fashion. Here's a water slide skip. Bye. There's a water slide. It's fun for other people. It's not fun right now. Coming up is the boulder room. Look at that. It's gone. And on this pillar. Oh. No, that spin dash is probably the toughest in the game. This whole.
It's a 1 to 2 frame window. I'm gonna go for it one more time. I do need 1 life for something.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, that was clean.
Thank you.
That is a crazy difficult spin dash jump. Well, the harder part is really landing on the pillar, so congrats on doing it twice.
Thank you.
You do have a jump cancel in this game to stop all of your speed if you're in ball form, which can hurt sometimes as much as it helps in those kind of situations. But still. Oh yeah, I'd like to solve the puzzle. Oh.
I pressed the point on
you unsolved it. That's never happened before.
How you unsolve the puzzle?
It's definitely
final stage. Casually, the stage is really long. We're gonna go through most of Act 1 as normal, but we're gonna take a quick detour through Act 2, dodging those dash panels because they like to clip you out of bounds and kill you. Oh. We're going for...
Speed with the... There we go.
Saves a little bit of time, but looks really good. And...
Yeah, I lost time doing it, but that's okay. Why'd I grab that ring? Yeah. So if you restart here, I'm playing it really safe, but you can just skip that. You can hit the act trigger, and then if you do a certain setup, you can spin dash hover out of that elevator.
And
that's
you're just done. There's so much more stage to go around, but we don't care.
Actually, the stage is like what, 3 to 5 minutes, something like that.
I think they expect you as like the time trial mission to beat it in 6.
Oh my goodness!
So there's a lot of stage to go around there. I'd have to fact check that one on what final ignition it is. But here's Viper, a terribly paced boss where you wait around for 2 minutes and then like do something for like 30 seconds.
Hit it once.
Totally.
Yeah. This is a kind of like the resurrection of Chaos 4 in that the hardest part is not getting bored and paying attention.
Yeah,
but
this boss is...
There's a lot of things I can do to speed up the fight.
There's things that are a little harder, like the spin dash jumps. Nice. Eggman on hits 2 through 4 moves back after opening his cockpit. So if you're late on that spin dash jump, oftentimes you'll just be above nothing to be with, and then you explode. So you have to be pretty early on the uptake in order to get that.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the first 2 or 3 frames don't get you a camera turn. So you got 2 for 3 on no camera turn. We're gonna move as close to the edge as possible, try to get that laser to fire as soon as possible. And nice.
Getting hit by that laser makes it go faster. Yeah.
Nice. No camera turns.
Thank you.
It's actually quite hard to push. Not gonna lie. What is this attack?
All right. So this quick hit, you go on top of this and then hit him like that. Normally he throws the saw at you. You'll actually see that on the final hit because hitting him there puts you above the bottomless pit. And when you defeat him, you briefly lose control of your character, and it's extremely risky because the camera goes all wild and like it's really inconsistent. And yeah, you'll likely die trying to go for it. And I'm not trying to die in a 2-minute boss fight.
That's fair.
Time is coming up when Egg Viper really explodes, like you'll see.
Yeah. He tries the desperation attack. Unfortunately, his aim's really bad.
Really bad. And that's time.
And time.
GG's. That was awesome. It was just over 30 minutes, RTA.
Oh wow,
That's
really good.
really good. Yeah.
Super well done. Like, I'm just blown away by how awesome that was. But yeah, as we're watching our wonderful friend Tails fly by, both of you, I know that you gave some shouts earlier, but feel free to give some shouts again. But Wonderland, where can they find you? What do you currently play in? And any love you got to give out to the community?
So you can find me on Blue Sky at Fat Pikastan. And you can also, that's the main thing, also twitch.tv/Wonderland682. And that's like pretty much it. And I want to shout out, I mean, the whole community really. Yeah, the whole community has really like created such a, I don't know, this is so much strat finding and so much like coming together to push this game really hard. I want to shout out KD4. She's like my biggest inspiration with this game. She got me into this game actually. Yeah, big shout outs to Nixer. He created the Sonic Story task, and he's also currently the world record holder of this category. And also shout outs to Labris for commentating and being a goat.
Also,
any other shout outs?
Yeah, if you want to speedrun this game, it's actually fairly easy to get into. Go to speedrun.com/SADX, and there is a Discord link towards the top of the page. You'll be able to join a server with myself, with Wonderland, and many other like-minded people that will give you resources and answer your questions. This game is an awesome speed game. I know Sonic's not the only guy out there. There's something in it for everybody, I say, but like,
oh yeah,
if you saw Sonic, if you love with Sonic, go for it. We'll be here.
Yeah, and those in chat that are thinking about getting into speedrunning, these Discord communities for the various games, 100% where you should be going to like learn about the game, learn the people within the community, and find some really, really awesome, just awesome people. That you have here. So definitely check those out. Keep GG's coming one more time for Wonderland with that absolutely amazing run of Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut Sonic's Story. Friends, we have one more game for the night, and we are going old school. We are celebrating the anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis. Hello, friends, and welcome back to our final run of this awesome. Oh, there was a kitty. Hello,
There is a kitty here, yes.
Is that our final run? Not the kitty going fast, but it is Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis any percent anniversary with Alec47. So hello, friend, and friend on friend's lap, I'm assuming.
Yeah, not on the lap. He's wanting more attention, but I have other things to do. Sorry, kitty. I guess I'll pay the cat tax right now. There he is.
Aww.
His name's Richie.
Hello, Richie. Where to get his cat?
And let's get into the actual game. So, of course, famously, Sonic 1, licensed by Nintendo, made by Sega for the Game Boy Advance. That is absolutely what we know. Meow.
I love it.
So we have some very amazing and highly acclaimed music here, and the very unique sound that Sega was able to get with it. I'm going to be playing in anniversary mode. This gives me a spin dash, and the spin dash makes speedrunning this game fun. Ooh. Otherwise, it's not that great. So as some of you may know, there is a notorious game that we just saw a little bit ago, Sonic the Hedgehog 06. This is Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, and it is a rushed remake of the original for the Sega Genesis. And I'm going to go ahead and get into this in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. All right. So one thing you'll notice is that there is lag. There is lag everywhere in this game. And it's inconsistent, so no matter how well you think you know exactly how high you're going to jump, lag might come in and say, no, you're going to jump this high instead, either higher or lower. So I wanted to maintain momentum out of that chute a little bit longer. Momentum is also very weird in this version, but you can skip the score countdown right there. So that's one thing it absolutely has going for it, and is one reason that this is the best version of this game. Because, man, those 50,000 point score countdowns can take a while. All right, okay. It didn't let me spin there. That's okay. So I'm going to focus a little bit more instead of memeing for just a moment. Get this jump. And ow. There's always a tight jump in this section. Depends a little bit on where you land. You might also see I got a bunch of points there, like 10,000 on things that are not normally 10,000. It's debatable whether they had access to the source code or not, or how useful it was. There's a lot of misinformation about it, and I'm not going to say I know about it. But the result is very silly, and you're going to see another... I'm not going to make it over there. You're going to see another example of that once I get to the boss here. And maybe I'll be able to jump through there. Nope, it doesn't let me through. Sometimes you can just jump through the loop there. It is a bit inconsistent. Another thing is that if you press nothing when you run into a wall, but then you jump, you will keep your momentum. And yeah, now there's the music change because my speed shoes ran out mid-boss.
Nice.
And we're in there. This game is so silly. Like, you might think, how could this ever be fun to speedrun? But as we have a huge Kuso community in the speedrunning scene, I get it.
Yep.
Sometimes playing these bad versions of good games, or good versions of bad games, or just bad games to begin with, is a lot of fun. Oh, I got pixel stopped there, so that is subpixels. It rarely is an issue in this game, but sometimes it is.
Gosh.
So
Shout
usually
out to runners, I should say, as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Usually you're able to just keep rolling there. I'm gonna kill those bats, partly for lag reduction. They don't always all spawn. And that's the thing. Sometimes enemies won't spawn, including sometimes enemies that you're counting on being there. Now I'm going to take a little damage boost and run along the lava there. Make it to this section quicker. I'm going to damage boost. I don't want to be too high here because ideally I want that to fall down desynced with the other little platform there. And that just saves me a couple seconds.
That was awesome.
So yeah. But you notice how variable the lag is. Like, you're moving at more or less full speed, then you're just crawling. And usually it's when physics is happening that the game just can't. Sometimes that enemy that I bounced off of there doesn't spawn, and if that happens and you get the ideal jump like I did there, which would have you bounce off of it, you just die. Otherwise, you can jump off a slightly different part of the slope and just basically take a damage boost to get through that section. Oh, that spring actually worked. It usually doesn't. It usually doesn't work. Springs in this game, they try hard, but they fail very often, especially when you're going fast. And I'm going to use that to my advantage later in Labyrinth 2. It is one of my favorite skips, but I will get to that when I get to that. And now, I'm actually going to, once I get through this little section here, you can see maintaining my momentum got me all the way over to the right there. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to spin dash from here, because if I spin dash from higher up, I rub up against the ceiling a little bit more and trigger those lava falls earlier, and I would get hit. It's not a big deal getting hit, but it's slow. Don't forget to hydrate.
I've got my fresh bottle of water with me. Chat, you better be hydrating too.
Sonicolis Hedgehoggington the Third, Esquire. Yes, correct.
I like the both third and Esquire in that name.
They're important.
They are.
Otherwise, it's not correct. So at this point, I'm going to be riding a block. There is a caterpillar down there. In theory, it never spawns. I don't know why it's so incredibly consistent about not spawning. They may have just removed it. But anyway, you have a moment to say something real quick while I am riding this, because this is the fastest way through the level.
Oh, fair enough. Again, those in chat right now, check out our Discord channel, ! Discord. You can get the Hotfix Enjoy roll and chat with all of us, hang out with us, get schedules, and a whole bunch more. It is a super cool group of people. I saw you go through walls, and I'm just kind of jaw on ground right now.
That is actually intentional. Those are false walls in the original as well. That is an intended shortcut.
That's right, I just usually am dead by now.
Yeah, so, and yes, you saw me hit those spikes, and the spikes did not do damage. That's because it was entirely during lag frames.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, the big thing there where, oh, and I got a lava jump too. I only touched the lava during lag frames there.
What?
That can happen sometimes.
I love this edition so much.
I'm glad I got one of those.
It's fantastic.
It means I messed up the boss, but that's okay.
Oh. No, that was super cool to watch.
Yeah, and there are crush deaths that make no sense in this game, but they're different than the ones in the original version. It is, again, weird. I'm going to be going for an early cycle here. Good, it actually let me slow down there. Sometimes you will try to slow down, and the game will just not register what you're actually trying to do. Sometimes it will. I don't think I'm going to get the cycle. No, I didn't get the super fast cycle, but I got the normal one I usually get. Normally you go over the top of the level there, but in this version you have to do this because the physics is different. But you can pan the camera up, and now Sonic's standing on nothing. As you do.
As one does.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay. That platform being there is a little unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. Now, I am going to spin as soon as I hit the ground there. Usually, there's a little bit of a lag spike when you do that, but because there's an enemy there, you eat the lag and just kill the enemy instead. That's one of the things that I noticed. It's like a little... I don't know, 0.2 of a second lag spike roughly that happens. It's particularly a big thing in Green Hill because you're doing a lot of jumping there from the same spin dash. Now, occasionally, you will get to this next section in a timing that does not work out right. I'm going to slow down here and then land here, and I should be safe. Nope. Okay. So that is a death that is very consistent if you are in the wrong position. I thought I had delayed enough. I delayed just a little bit too little, in fact. Oh.
Enemy was rude.
So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to play it safe. This should be safe. Nope. Oh, that was so close too. I almost made it through. I'm trying to be fast here, which is why I'm dying.
Game's like, but I have so many things to show you, like lag and things that aren't behaving. It's fine.
I knew that one wasn't going to be safe, but this next one absolutely will be. But yeah, the big thing there is usually not to die, but this is a showcase, so I'm being a little bit aggressive. Oh,
Nice.
and usually you make it up to this platform, but that time I didn't.
Taking the scenic route.
Yep.
Yeah, and Chet's realizing, yes, this is the infamous GBA port of Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis.
Uh-huh. Yes, it is. And yes, not only do speedruns of this exist, I made a tutorial for the
Yes!
80% anniversary. You can find it on the speedrun.com page. The game extension is S1GBA. Okay, good. It let me slow down there. Sometimes it doesn't let you slow down, and you get to a point where you take damage, and the rings from the ring box haven't kicked in yet, or you don't even get the rings from the ring box. Either way, that means you die. And now I'm going to have to line myself up within a couple pixel range and then just kind of hope the game is kind to me. That is within the range, and nice. I got it on the second jump. It is incredibly inconsistent about actually letting you up to that higher platform. Also, if you get up there without the ability to spin dash, it is next to impossible to actually take that shorter route through the stage. It is worse than in the original because there you can get up there really easily, but you have to do some really precise jumps in order to not lose all your momentum. Here, at least in Anniversary percent, the speed isn't the same. Now, I'm not going to do the full YOLO there, and that wasn't a good place for the full YOLO anyway. I'm going to take the safe way. Now, because of the screen crunch, this boss is a bit lower to the ground and very easy to hit. But as all of these bits of ground are sprite objects, the lag is excruciating, as you can see. If you're paying attention to the timer, 1 second was more like 1 2/3, 2 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of time dilation right there.
But yeah, that's Spring Yard. It is not the most difficult. One of the most difficult, however, is Labyrinth. So all 3 stages have a little funny thing to them to some extent. I'm going to go here. In case I get hit, turn around because of the way I want to get damage boosted. Instead, I just didn't quite make a jump over a thing. That happens sometimes too. Whoa, that was an unusual jump. But you can see that when you're in the water, you go very slow. And so what happens when you go out of the water? When you're going fast, you go even faster. Clearly, right? And so I just zoom right over that gap. Now, that is a dev-intended shortcut, except for the way that I do it. In the original, you have to go down below, hit one switch, and a platform will appear that takes you across. And in this version, you have to go down and hit both switches down there, and then that platform will appear. And that's what you do in the original mode. Now, I'm going to do a jump there and go basically right past the signpost if I don't slow down a little bit. So I slow down a little bit right there, and I actually hit the signpost. Otherwise, you're so fast that it doesn't load in time for you to hit it. You're already past it. Now, this level has one of my favorite skips in all of Sonic speedrunning. Why? Because it's so stupid. The spring tries hard, and then it puts you on the wall because you landed on the ground and the game just doesn't handle it that well. Then you just kind of mosey on up into the ceiling, and you're at the end of the level as long as you get the jump over one particular gap right, which I did.
I agree with person chat. Physics in quotation marks.
Yep. Ceilings were a suggestion in SATX. They're also a suggestion here. It's just hard to get into them the right way.
Fair.
And Labyrinth 3 has a long underwater section, but it also has a little bit of a wall removal once you hit that. And, I almost got up there without having to do the backup. The backup is either going all the way around the slide again or doing a spin dash jump, and then you go over there and I am on top of the level. Now I'm going to jump over a soft lock pit there. If you fall down there, there's no way to get out of there. You have to either quit out or you have to time over. Either way, it's a long time. And waiting for the water to catch up with me here. And I'm going to do the climb. This is a good time to also say things if you would like. Because once I get to the boss, I'm going to have to focus.
Alrighty, let me pull up my wonderful sheet of awesome things. As a reminder, we have Awesome Games Done Quick 2026. It's going to be live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 4th through the 10th. Registration's open, so be sure to register if you want to experience the event in person. Head to gdq.gg for more info. I know we had the mic issues earlier, so I'll remind everybody, Frame Fatales is also a community of women and femmes who share a passion for speedrunning, gaming, and charity. In addition to our 2 flagship events, they host activities all year round in their community Discord, like Game of the Month and randomizer events. Best friends in chat, feel free to type !FF in the chat right now to learn more and potentially get involved.
All right. So I got 1 damage boost there. That's good. And at the end, I had to be very careful to hit the capsule in a particular way, or else the camera gets messed up. Sonic ends up kind of on the capsule, and as Robotnik goes by, he damages you. As you can see, I had no rings at that point, so if I had been damaged, I would have died after beating the level.
Interesting.
But yeah, there are a couple damage boosts that you can do there to save time. I got the biggest one, just barely missed the second biggest one because of basically where I was in the cycle, and I took damage instead. But that's fine. That is basically one of the biggest potential time losses in the run. So now I'm going to spin up here and basically do... Oh, I jumped a little bit too early. That's all right. By doing basically a really quick left-right while you're up there, you can actually kind of get the game to treat you as if you are on top, like in the area after that. So it's a nice, very small time save. It's not something I do in the first one because of speed modulation in a slope that can lose you that time and then some. It basically cuts the time save in half, even if you do get it right. And now I'm going to go right under that guy, do a spin dash jump from either of those platforms, go right over here, and I'm basically at the end of the level. That section is not the way you go in the original with glitchless, but it's significantly faster, particularly because of lag and because you can't go over the top of the stage in one part. But Starlight is just a nice, chill set of stages. One little trick here. Oh, I jumped early. And that guy decided to spawn after not spawning initially. Okay, this is fine. I'm up here. Make sure I hit that right and get over here. Now I'm good. So the seesaws in this zone just do not quite act right. What I was hoping to do was a big jump just before I would hit the enemy that spawned the Orbonaut. And I'm going to jump it here, hopefully not too high. Turn around and hopefully gets flung right up there. This makes the top route a little bit faster than the bottom route. It's partly because of lag. It also lets you guaranteed keep all your rings, which is nice for this boss because it is very easy to take damage against it. The hitboxes on those spike balls are very much a thing. But because of the screen crunch, as long as you keep steady like that, the boss is nice and quick. Otherwise, it's in the original a frame-perfect jump input off basically the high point of the seesaw before it goes down, and then you can get a hit. Here, it's just jump. And don't hit one of the spike balls as he's dropping it, basically. Scrap Brain notoriously has these little pits at the beginning, but we're going fast. We don't care about them. We're just going to go right over them. Now, if this stage goes pretty much perfectly, I can get it done in under 30 seconds, so hopefully we're going to see that. Oh! No! That is an interesting one. I don't think I've ever died in that way before.
The enemy was rude.
So I thought I still had iframes for one. Apparently not. And for two, I thought I was a little bit beyond where those would reach me. Sometimes things happen. Do another little spin there, get through that caterpillar. Those things are notorious for having hitboxes longer than you'd think they should in the original. In this version, not so much. Also, you can just jump over there. No need to wait for the flames. There, 31 in-game seconds. Obviously a little bit longer in real time. But hey.
So cool to watch.
So you can see how much the spin dash just destroys these stages.
Yeah, it really
when you work
does.
with it right. It's great. It's fun. I love it. Also, it's so much easier to get onto these wheels in this version of the game. Another reason that this is the best version of the game. Don't at me.
Well, I'll support you 100% on that one.
It certainly is a very entertaining one. And some of those jumps I'm doing to avoid certain physics.
Okay.
Lag reduction is black magic in this game. I make no claims to understand all of it, but there are some things I do know, and there are some places that I jump to reduce lag. And once again, just zooming.
Yes. Like I really am considering, like, I think I could pull out my GBA from somewhere.
And there's still a lot of copies out there. No sound here from hitting the switch or anything like that, like there normally is. Just none.
Yeah, that sounds about right. In a weird way.
Scrap Brain 3. I'm going to be taking the intended shortcut, basically the if you play well route. Okay, I got that jump height modulated just right, so I'm up here. I'm safe because I know when those things are going. I'm going to hit this, end up here. Oh, it didn't let me up there. So I have a slightly different sequence there, but only slightly. take a damage boost, and I'm up into the final stage. Now, I am not going to spin dash as soon as I can, because otherwise you get to the boss so quickly that it doesn't have time to load. So I wait, and then I spin dash. You can see the light is there. That means I didn't soft lock. Now, it is possible on nearly every cycle to get a double hit. So that's what I'm going to be going for. I'm using the audio cue for when there's a double hit. I'm using the audio cue to know when the pistons are going, because you can pan up the camera, but you can't pan it up high enough to actually see the pistons on top. Now, you think I should have gotten a hit there, and yes, I should have, but sometimes it doesn't. That's also why getting a double hit when he's in a lower piston is a bit iffy. But there's another double, so we're back on track.
Nice.
That time it just gave me the hit, because
It's like, oh,
this game is what it is.
it's like, oh, you noticed the last one I didn't give you. Here's a pity one.
Oh, I almost finished the fight right there. I was a little bit slow on it. Oh no!
Game, why?
So yeah, it is a bit weird about crush deaths in this boss. If you're standing on one of the lower pistons, when it starts going up, that is an instant crush death as well. And I was trying to get a second hit there. It's rare for it to give them to you. But all right, let's focus in here. There's a double. We like to see that. And yeah, the other weird interactions are with the pistons right when they're basically down at the bottom. And in that case, I can guarantee you I had some rightward momentum, even though it might not have seemed like it, and that's why I died.
Ah, gotcha.
Because then it's like, oh, you still have momentum, you landed, you're going right, and then you're 1 pixel in it, and it's a crush death.
So rude. Alright, Gavin, you're gonna behave.
Yep.
Huzzah.
And so, a funny little thing, time is on the fade out, by the way. I'm going to just let Robotnik sit there. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to go forward. The timer has already started to end the level, so you can see he doesn't even get off the screen. That was time at the fade out there, like I said.
GG's.
And I want you to listen to this sound at the end of the fanfare here.
Right.
It is peak GBA sound chip.
I
love it.
that. Yeah.
Now, there are a couple other things that I can show off to you real quick that are very silly about this game. One is the special stages, and also the screen after you finish the special stage is very special. So I'm going to show that real quick, and I'm also going to show how bad the lag can get in specifically Labyrinth Act 2. So I'm going to jump up here, get that ring box, make sure I don't lose my rings, get the invincibility, beat this stage. I'm going to have plenty of rings by the end of it.
Sweet. People in chat are still commenting on the note from earlier. It's like, just straight up key. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm going to a special stage here. Special stages in this version are awful. Normally, the game is pretty lenient about letting you jump off of almost near vertical surfaces. That is not the case here. So, I'm not going to guarantee that I can beat this by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm off to a good start. Hey! Hey, I actually beat it.
Nice.
That's the only one I can beat with any level of consistency. And there's the score.
Hey.
What's that about calling null values in programming 101? They didn't do it here. And then finally, I'm going to go ahead. I can't go directly to Labyrinth Act 2, but Labyrinth Act 1, fortunately, is pretty quick, so I'm just going to beat that one. Ooh, nice start there. That is exactly how you want to start it if you want the best time. And if I get bounced around a little bit later on, less than I did last time, like, that would be nice as well. Once again, yeet myself across there because it just adds speed to you.
Of course. I love that brief moment where you're like sliding underwater or on the water slide. Like,
hey! So that's what happens if you don't slow down there a little bit there. You just go right past the sign, and then it loads in.
well then.
So I am going to do the first part of the skip here because it's just faster to get to the point where I actually want to be to show it off. So once again, up into the ceiling. And now here I am going to intentionally fall down back to the stage. Right here. Now I have to go down here and hit... Ow. Okay. Still faster than going all the way around the normal way. I have to open this door. Now I can get over to here. I'm going to get these invincibility. I'm going to try to go down here quickly. Do a spin dash to get over there quickly. Another spin dash.
Leg.
So you can see the count is still at 5. Now it's at 4. And now we have music again.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how bad the lag is. Because they don't sync the game with the music. I love it.
God, that's
it's so
fantastic.
Good. And with that, I guess I'll just go ahead and give myself a quick plug. I am AlecK47. I stream at the same channel occasionally. I'm notorious for not streaming. I do a lot more of these types of events than I do my own regular streams because executive dysfunction is wonderful. Speaking of executive dysfunction and the things that happen with neurodivergence, I'll let you take the field for a moment.
Oh, no, where's my link? Liz, I have it. It's lagging. Listen to it sound too much. All right, so again, that first ever GDQ Hotfix Disability and Neurodivergence Special is taking place this weekend, November 29th and the 30th. It's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern, both days. Again, the special is going to be a charity event, and it's benefiting the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. You can view the absolute banger of a schedule right now by typing !DND in the chat right now. And we hope to see you there. It's going to be super fun and amazing, and it's just going to do wonderful things for such a great cause, and it's going to have some awesome video games in it, straight up.
The soft lock pit that I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Also, we have an embarrassment of riches this weekend. I will be doing another run of this game for Fast Pace events on Friday, which does not conflict with GDQ Hotfix's event at all. Fast Pace Events is doing Fast Pace for Pride in benefit of GATE, or Global Action on Trans Equality. And we here, of course, trans rights are human rights. We believe that. We support it. So check those schedules out. Watch both. They're both great. Support both if you have the means. And that's it. LK47 signing out.
And thank you so much, chat. Give GG's to LK47 one more time for that absolutely blurst run of such a cool showcase. I'm probably going to be picking that game up for sure because, yes, I need to play this. But with
It's cheap.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down with those prices right there. But yeah, that is it. That is our Sonic episode of the day. If you missed out on that or you missed out on Hidden Heroes before that, do not worry because stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're just going to replay both shows right over again. And then also tune in tomorrow starting at 7 p.m. Eastern and you get to watch the newest episodes of both Crosshair and Speedruns from the Crypt. So until next time, I'm Oscar424.